Hey, hey, we Moio everywhere we go. It's a beautiful Monday afternoon. Posting this video for Tuesday. It's a little windy out, but what a pretty day. This is episode 10 of Spread Positive Energy. And what we're talking about is how to be positive, how to spread positivity, how to change the narrative in your life and in others' lives to create more positivity, to create positive change, constructive change in your life and in others' lives. I introduced to you Sunday the word crush and how it was a way to build the positive aspects in your life. We're going to go through it letter by letter, starting today with the C. The C in crush stands for celebrate little victories. You hear what I said? Celebrate little victories. I'm not talking about just big things. Celebrate the little things. Because here's what I've come to know in life. It is a string of little victories that turn into a big victory. My kids used to go to school at the Early Childhood Center, and there was a principal there named Miss Horsechief. And Miss Horsechief, when she would give an award, she would have the child stand in the front, hold the certificate in their hands, raise their hands up over their head, and she would say, "Celebrate," and everybody would clap. The whole place for this little victory, whether it was perfect attendance, whether it was the best student, whatever it was. But she was definitely someone who knew how to celebrate small victories. And that's what we've got to do in our lives and help others that we're in contact with do it in their lives. Now here's what I'm talking about. Maybe there's something you want to do. Maybe there's a habit you want to start. Maybe the habit is doing push-ups every day. Maybe the habit is reading scripture every day. Maybe the habit is praying every day. Or maybe there's just something that you need to do, a project. But what you have to do is create the ability to celebrate when you have small wins. Let's say you want to do push-ups every morning. Start small. Decide, I'm going to start out and I'm going to do 10 push-ups every day. You get up that morning, you do 10 push-ups. It's a small victory. But celebrate that victory. Have an accountability partner. Call them up and tell them, "Hey man, I did my push-ups today." So that they can give you a pat on the back. They can give you encouragement. It goes so much farther when you get encouragement. You can encourage yourself, you can encourage others, and others can encourage you. Celebrate those small victories. Maybe you've decided, I want to read scripture every day. I've never done that. Well, maybe you decide, I'm going to start out and I'm just going to read 5 verses every day, or 1 verse every day, whatever it is. But you do it and you celebrate that small victory. It doesn't have to be a big celebration, but understand that when you celebrate positive victories, small victories, it builds the momentum, it builds the inspiration. One way you can do it is keep track. You've all dealt with apps on the phone that when you complete a day, it gives you a little check mark, and you've done that, and you get that little check mark on there. It'll say you've done day 1, day 2, you've done 5 days in a row. Those are all positive reinforcements. Maybe keep a journal, write down everything you did that you had planned to do, and celebrate those small victories, whether it's a project at work, no matter what it is. But celebrate the small victories, because it's a string of those small victories that lead to the big victory. And those strings of small victories create positivity in your mind. It changes the narrative from, I don't know if I can do this, this seems overwhelming, changes it to, I can do this a little bit at a time. I've told you before, all always starts with some. So all those little small victories that come your way, celebrate those. Some way to give yourself positive reinforcement. Hey, listen, I love Pepsi. I know it's got a lot of sugar in it, but I love it. Sometimes my reward for a small victory is just getting a nice cold Pepsi and giving myself that positive reinforcement that I just had a small victory. And I challenge you to look at the lives of other people and find a way to celebrate their small victories. When we start doing that, we'll make positive change. We'll create positive mindsets. We'll win the big victories when we learn to celebrate small victories. So if you're going to crush it in this positive, spread positive energy, if you're going to crush it, you start with the C. Celebrate small victories. And let's mow everywhere we go. Come on.